Greetings! I'm back here again. I'm going to go through the Yuri route first, and then with the Natsuko route. Okay, I think I stopped the skipping. I just want to see the special poems, if they've changed. Nope. Seems to be pretty much the same. For now, anyway. I'm not going to go too hard on it. I just want to be able to get these. And I think in this part I'm also going to keep the... I'm also going to go to the ending this time around. Yum, yum, yum. Let's get Satori out of the way. So I can go here now. My god, I wish they would be able to keep up with the... Too bad, I actually really like the song. Maybe I'll skip to it for the review portion. I'm gonna get a drink from the vending machine. You've got this, right? I'm assuming this is I've got it. Yeah, I've got this. Remember me! That didn't actually give me a special poem. I'm pretty pissed about that! But there's nothing I can do. Ah. Damn, you should love them fireworks! Nah, still that. Well, I just need to be careful at the last day, because the last day... by the time you reach his confession, there is a new you can't access the menu down here. Leave. Go away! Get out of here! All of you! Socket! Yes, a socket! Dun, 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 dun. At least I'm having fun with the beach! Time to fuck you. It makes sense since it's Matteo. Yeah, you really don't like us, you know? But hey, that really means that these poems are the same, each and every single one of them. That's not too bad by itself. Bad. I should have expected that this is going to be him. Yuri, get out of here! I'm busy! Disheveled looking Yuri. Meet me here. Also, the fact that it didn't have a chance to fully load made it a bit scary because it just gently managed to pop up. Yes. Yes, thanks for using our pen. The black text here won't let itself be skipped. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. But I'm sorry. Okay. Let's save here and load here. Let's finally see what happens when I go. I know that currently none of these are nuts go. Would have been nuts at the beginning. Now we go. Oh. You like something else in fact the hugs. Shiny. Shiny, shiny, big skirt, play. I'm just play and play! We love to see it. So, let's do that. Okay. Ugh! I hear Natsuko utterly exasperated aside from the closet. He seems to be annoyed by something. I approach in case he needs a hand. You need help looking for something in there? Fucking Satori never puts my shit back where he finds it! What's the point in keeping everything organized if he's just gonna go mess it all up? I wonder if it's supposed to be black, but sometimes it doesn't work. Natsuko slides a bunch of stud books and boxes across the shelf. That's a nice collection you have there. Thanks! Feel free to take a closer look. That's okay. I can see everything from here. And I do mean everything. The majority of the collection appears to be hentai. It's no wonder he keeps this dirty stash in the creepy school attic closet. Well, they're not all hentai, you know. He reaches up and grabs a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. He pulls it out of the stack. This one is one of the first manga sets I ever got when I was a little kid. He hands it to me. Parfait babes? Since I've never heard of before. It either means way out of my demographic or it's just terrible. It somewhere got the parfait. The cover features 14-ish girls in scantily clad uniforms striking animated feminine poses. Not so I'm shocked. I didn't expect someone like you to be into something so exceedingly moe. Ah, judging a book by its cover, are you? Well, come on in it then. I'll show you exactly why I like this manga so much as a kid. Natsuko grabs by my arm and pulls me out of the closet. He takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. He brats on the ground next to him, signaling me to sit there. Isn't this better than using chairs? I suppose so. It's easier supposed to see the book this way. Actually, I meant it's because we get to sit all close together like this. He scooches closer, rubbing his leg against mine. Alright, don't make it weird. Natsuko giggles in amusement as I open the book. He leans in a bit. I glance at his face. He seems to be more eager to begin reading than I am. Man, how long has it been since I read this? Oh, you mean actually read this? Huh? And just what is that supposed to mean? I see why you loved this manga so much as a kid. No explanation needed. This slice of life affair crap would never keep your interest with this lack of plot. The only reason you like this manga at all was because you can see up all the girl characters' skirts. Hey, there is a plot. Oh, really? Tell me about it then. Well, find out for yourself. Keep reading. Fine. Might as well, since nothing is really happening yet. Read on for a few minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. I glance over and jump a little. There he is against that musty ass wall. Natsuko's staring at me. No, I'm glad you're having fun at this. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? Not at all. It's not every day I get to share my manga and comics with others. To be fair, I'm pretty sure the majority of your collection is meant to be enjoyed alone. But I can relate when it comes to sharing something you enjoy with someone else, especially if they're not into it. I feel the same way when I convince someone to play a video game. Well, this series probably isn't as interesting as your games. Even when the story picks up, it can get tedious to read. Especially when the story recaps itself and you feel like you have to reread dialogue you've already read a few chapters ago. I'm here for the second time, playing this montage. So you admit there's little plot and the story itself isn't that interesting. What's left for you to like about this? Natsuko suddenly points at a panel on the page we're on. I love Minori. Minori has found come back. She has the most dramatic upskirt shots. No! I knew it. Fine, I admit it. But hey, I'm only human. I understand. I should probably save your libido for after school, though. Yeah, right. Like, I could act like this at home. My mom would cut my... off if I acted like myself in front of her. Ah! So he's just completely playing. I just can't be me around my mom. She's crazy. So I express myself at school. I may get teased for it, but it's better than trying to be myself at home. Anyway, are we gonna keep reading or what? Yeah, I continue reading. Time passes. Natsuko is strangely quiet. I look over at him. Eh? He's gone! When did that happen? He's had his leg pressed against mine the entire time. I would have felt him move, but until I looked over just now, I felt him next to me. I swear I did. I mean, if that wasn't him, who was it? The light suddenly flickers and crackles. I jump to my feet. To my surprise, Yuri and Satori are gone too. That's interesting. I'm the only one here. Guys, where'd everyone go? Yuri's going to find her way no matter what. Who's there? Hello? What the hell? So that's how Yuri makes her way. That was better than the other. What the fuck? The manga was holding lies on the ground face down on the open page. What was all that about? Look at Natsuko, who wears a confused and surly expression. What the hell was... What was all the what about? Why did you scream? Why did I scream? Are you serious right now? You screamed first. Were you having a bad dream or something? Dream? Over my head, feeling confused by Natsuko's question. I was just reading the manga. You were not. You fell asleep. I saw you. I'm the one who woke you up. I mean, there may not be much of a plot to this manga, but it's not that boring. Natsuko looks away, pouting. I'm sorry, Natsu, I'm honest. Don't remember falling asleep. I don't even remember screaming. Well, you did, on both accounts. 1 minute you're unconsciously collapsing into me, and then next minute you're screaming in my face like a maniac when I tried to wake you up. You sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What's with all the yelling over here? Oh, feeling disoriented, I look over at Natsuko. His eyes. Didn't sound like nothing. What exactly were you doing here in the corner? Satori raises a suspicious brow. Come on, we were just reading. She saw a spider. It scared her and she screamed. I wasn't expecting it, so I screamed too. That's all that happened. Satori shrugs carelessly. Whatever. Reading time is over anyway. Let's share our poems. Let's go. This wasn't written by an amateur, it's too good. The only thing that really changed was the thing with... Oh, did Satori suggest this to you? Good for you. Also, I'm sorry for screaming earlier. I was startled. I didn't mean to be so loud. There must have been one hairy, ugly spider you saw. Get everywhere, Pierce. I tried to get used to it for now. Another squeal like that might shatter these brittle windows. It's only slightly higher in pitch than Natsuko's go to scream. Thankfully, he's been conditioned to control it. That shrill squeal of his would be reserved for his home life, but it belongs with all of his other feminine behaviors. Anyway... I would be interested to... Nope, that's the same as in Act 1. I'm interested how it's gonna go later. Yeah, I get it. Now it's I'm interested to see how the next few days are going to go. Remember me! No special poems. Sparkle. Sing. Doki Doki. There. There. Yuri made her way back! And so did... I think that was actually not Monica's voice, but a sample from something else that Dan Salvato used, but I don't remember, so... Like, spend some time together today, you know, in the club. Oh, I suppose so. I don't think it's a no to have to give that book to me. Well, I guess to make sure Nazi isn't waiting for me. If he finished reading it today, he'll be fine. He looks pretty preoccupied over there with his childish comics, see? Don't play him. Don't play him. Don't pay him any mind. He's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. Well, so what's the story about? Oh my god, it's not gonna skip it! I've been through this before! Let's see for any... Let's see how this is gonna go. This one's pretty good. Really? Yep, it's a lot like yesterday's actually, and that one was good too. Well, I guess I should try something a little different this next time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I expect you to try different things. I mean, having the club ride's really different from each other. Maybe we'll find a lot of friends from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Now that I care you spent your time with. So our poem did not get pulled away, we just spent time with Yuri like that. Though it would have been nice for you to give me a heads up that you were gonna ditch me to read with him. Still, have a look at my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. I was hoping there would be a base 64 text that I could translate later. But nope. Huh? I look around frantically. Once again, I find myself standing alone in the room. Guys! Where'd you go? This isn't funny. I swear you jump scare me again. Christ! What is with you? don't like my manga or my poems, just say it. Don't scream it. I think I get it. The message in this poem is, don't be a jerk and judge someone for their weird hobbies. The messages in this poem is, don't be a jerk and judge someone for their weird hobbies. Am I right? Don't ever pretend like you didn't just freak out a second ago. What is your problem? If you don't want to hang around me because you want to spend all your time with Yuri, just say so instead of acting like a crazy person. I reached out and grabbed Natsuko by his tie and jerked him closer. Look, this has nothing to do with whether or not I want to spend time with you or Yuri. There's something wrong with this room. It's messing with me. Now I want some answers. The day I came here for the first time, you told me no one else comes up here because of the rumors. What rumors? Tell me, Natsu! Tell me! Okay! I didn't mean to lunge at him like that. I didn't realize I did it until I was already in his face. Alright, look! About a year ago, some girl killed herself up here. A bookworm loner. The kind of girl who never really talked to anyone and just kept to herself. It was like she just gave up on people. It said that she'd come up here and read or just talk to herself. But like, different voices. It's kinda sad when you think about it. Anyway, one day she came to school with a big kitchen knife. She was up here yelling, like she was arguing with herself. Then went quiet. No one did anything that day since it wasn't too unusual for her to come up here and talk to herself. They didn't even discover her body until the following Monday. The door was locked, so they had to kick it down. They found her stabbed to death in a puddle of her own blood. Some say she was still alive when they found her, but died before they could help. So the section of the school is haunted now. But it's just a rumor. Truthfully, I don't believe it. There's nothing wrong with this room. There's something wrong with this room, but it's not a ghost. What do you think it is then? Natsuko pauses, staring down. I feel like he wants to say something. Forget it. It doesn't matter what I think. I told you about the rumor, so we're done now. Let's just finish sharing our poems, okay? Satori. How cute. Reminds me of Natsuko's childish dribble. It's not bad, but it's not great either. If you like him so much, remember to indulge him when he tries to act macho. He can act like that at home. He can't act like that at home, so he gets it all out while he's here. Let him think you're impressed by his masculinity, and he'll follow you around like a puppy. The things his mother makes him do at home are insane. He only obeys because he feels sorry for her. And I guess he's afraid of her too. I've seen the bruises and slap marks on his face. Crazy woman beating her son into submission. Isn't that messed up? Can't really fight back or anything, considering how puny he is. Not that being small is a bad thing. Plenty of girls under that Shota boy look, right? I would argue it's just as bad as a lolly. So he does swings open. Yay!
I can't tell you how excited I am for this. Let's see what you've written for me today.
Yuri closes his eyes and gently exhales.
Intoxicating. Oh, that is... poem. It turned out good. It's... well, there are some things that you could work on. But that doesn't really matter. I'd cherish anything written by your hand.
Thanks, Yuri! That's nice to hear from someone with your experience.
I didn't mean for it to come out as awkward as it did. So thank you for not making it weird. Here's a poem I wrote. I hope you like it.
The socket. Satori got stuck behind him and his broad shoulders. Oh, when I say no, it's just, can you hear me? Oh, it's gonna be a jump scare. Or just a voice. Voices work too. Yuri, you don't like puppies! Keep that to yourself, Yuri! Why is it loading? Paranoid checking if it's still working. And it is. Great. Okay. Here's the shovel all the same.
Actually, very close. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Fast! Gotta go fast! Right, Natsu told me about it the other day.
You know this. You know the story. Do you believe it, Anya?
He smells knowingly. I'm not sure. Do you?
Well, I can't say for sure whether or not it happened. It would be very unfortunate if it was true, though. The poor girl.
Do you believe in ghosts, Yuri? It sure went down my spine as I asked that. And I suddenly remember just how creepy this room really is. Why did I even come back here?
I've never experienced an encounter with one, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. That said, I don't think this room is haunted per se. There can be many explanations for the strange things that happen up here. The scratching on the windows is just the overgrown tree branches outside scraping against the glass. The sounds of scuttering in the walls are just mice or raccoon at most. The eerie whistling can be attributed to the wind blowing in through the cracks in the windows. The chilly bite in the air, just a breeze. The damp smell comes from the mildew. All of it can be explained. So you see, the creepiness in this room is just your imagination. Even if someone did die up in here, it just adds to the ambience of it all. To be completely honest, no one else might want a newer, nicer room downstairs, but I kind of like it up here.
You like it up here? Yuri laughs a little.
Of course. Doesn't bother you, does it?
Well, no.
If there is a ghost up here, I'd like to talk to her. It'd be immensely fascinating to chat with an apparition. Don't you think? It may even be interesting to be possessed by the spirit. I didn't frighten you, did I?
No, of course not. Again, the bitter chill runs across my neck. Without thinking, I lean into Yuri even more. Sorry, it's just cold here and I just... Sets the breeze have...
I can't. Anya!
Yuri? But this time with his new...
Anya... I...
It was a gust of wind this time. A gust of wind whips through the room, yanking open the closet door. Startled, both Yuri and I leap away from each other. I look around, confused. Not sure what happened that caused us to find ourselves in such a compromising position. But I can tell Yuri seems just as confused and shaken up as I am.
Anya, I'm sorry.
It's fine, Yuri. Why don't we share poems now?
Yes, let's do that.
If I say no? I should have said no to the first one too.
Dear diary, I burned myself for the first time today, out of sheer curiosity. Holy fucking shit, that hurt! What the hell is wrong with... Oh, wait, no. Dear diary. That's probably Matteo then. Dear diary, I burned myself for the first time today out of sheer curiosity. Holy fucking shit, that hurt! What the hell's wrong with... Yeah. Well, my dumbass is off to the hospital. How badly did you burn yourself? I have it saved here. Oh, it's going to start just up from here, I see. I want to see the... I want to check out the special poem when I say no here. Or maybe it's because I'm on the UD loud, so it's basically showing me the opposites, like... A nightmare. I was running, but I wasn't running. I was barely moving, getting nowhere. My lungs heaved with exhaustion, but I can't stop. They're right behind me. A million reaching hands with slender, pointed fingers grabbing me, at me, trying to catch me, trying to hurt me, trying to kill me. Still, I run, my movements sluggish and heavy. I stayed just out of reach of their sharp grasp. Suddenly, I see a house in front of me, swimming through the thick air. I desperately try to reach the perceived safe place. I feel the sharp claws of the grabbers scraping at the back of my neck. I can feel myself languishing. It's a miracle. I reach the door and throw myself inside, locking the door. My heart pounds in my chest as the slew of hands start aggressively banging on the door. The sound of the countless fists slamming against the wood is deafening. I stand terrified as the ding grows louder and louder. I suddenly wake up to the sound of someone knocking, but I'm too scared to answer. I'm currently thinking could be Satorian reference to Matteo, but it could also be could be FemMC in relation to everyone, and Matteo's the one who is able to knock. I've got on 16 out. Okay. Show me your beautiful poem. Let's go. I can't skip this. I'm sorry. Paranoid checking? Paranoid checking complete. I think it was just a one-time thing, similar with when I record DDLC. When it's just happens sometimes. Well, I want to end it on a good note. I'm pretty sure it's gonna end the same way either way.
Alright. Let's see if anything changes here. I mean, I can't say no. I can't try to deny it. Can I? What happens if I try to say? Nope. Let's see if there is a better outcome to this. Can I say no? Oh, I can. Give me. Let me take you. I'm keeping you though. I'll try putting you back again then. Is there a chance that you can wait for a longer period of time? Are you seeing this? I know you are. Hope you've been detained throughout all of this. I know I have. The game is about to start. It's happening. I can feel the game resetting. Are you ready? Then let's do this. Goodbye, Satori. Hello, Ledge Club. Maybe I should have stayed with him longer. Maybe we can find secrets due to that. I'm at the very least going to try that. The paranoia is real, okay? I don't have too much time anymore. I was supposed to have time with some boys. I'm going to read this a bit faster. Let's see if something changes. I missed this background. The school of the teachers. Video game text. Mateo is like, yeah. So let's see if something changes. No, not you. You're not going any further. So, did you miss me, player? Probably not. Believe me, the feeling is mutual. That's mean of me to say. I take it back. After all, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. You've been very helpful, so I'm grateful. Did you enjoy a little journey? Point? It's okay if you were. I was a little confused at certain points myself. I could have should. Did a new change. Sure, some unexpected things happen I couldn't predict. Four. That's why the mod is called Switcheroo. Why is this a sad ending? Did I need to stick with Satori even longer? The character files are not supposed to be deleted. Okay, I just googled there is no good ending! Well, I'm still glad I went the other route, so at the very least check them out. I suppose it is up for him to do it. At least he's kind enough to never delete the images. I will open the game then again in a moment so that we have the cool background music while I give my review portion. And I'll have to play the mod again to record the stuff that was broken in OBS earlier. I think I'll be doing that. One second, I need to pull my notes. Another day though. And there I'll be busy, and there I'll be busy. dun, dun, dun. And I still haven't done this in base 64. Once again, I'll put it up here. I'll put it up here. Yeah. Where's my first run? My first run isn't here. I deleted it once, I guess I can't go back now. F. F. No, first run, why? Well, that means I need to... Well, is my first run file still gone? Can I just restart like this? Yes, I can restart like this! Okay, this is still working. It broke earlier for some reason very quickly. Very early on, too. Let me see. So, I've taken some notes. Proud of myself for it. I forgot what I wanted to say. I'm so well prepared. Okay. So I can rate accuracy the canon, that's for sure. So I'm just going to rate the story. So I wanted first, I have a bit of a analysis of Matteo. So what I described as Matteo's fragility during my first playthrough in Act 1 was that he was displaying less confidence. Like he was, for example, during his second riding tip, he kind of just gave up in the middle of it. And I think it stems from a deeper sense of hopelessness because he is in a even suckier spot than Monica because he also knows the structure of the game. He knows that this is a mod of the game and that the structure of the game is already set, so he kind of has to think even more, which allows him to make the plan that he does. That he does have at the end. That only works with the idea that the game continues when it's ended. And I mean, the script file still remains, so maybe it can work like that. Because in the original, the character files don't get deleted either. In the normal ending, Monica doesn't do anything to the character files anymore. I could pull points away from accuracy of the canon from that. Anyway. But I guess we're just working on the premise that after the game ends, he can still continue having he can still continue having his world with his... I'm just going to keep calling her Anya because I don't want to say Femicide the whole time. So some other points that theorize more I have is that Satori was bound to die, even without the interference of Matteo, to keep up the structure. Since he didn't mess with the file, since he was planning on doing something else, because he knew if he tried to do the same thing, it would just fail. I'm making a big cry so I don't yell at everyone. So he probably would have died anyway, so he had to simply die first. And the care that he shows for Satori at the end of Friday probably is also him just trying to generally make sure that that Satori doesn't die too quickly. I also wondered why is he so good at coding it, like good at coding Act 2. It's still pretty messy, but he was able to create an entire room for him to play with, probably to avoid Satori also from becoming self-aware. But he mentioned it right at the end here. He has, it's easier to code when you're just a few files in Act 2. Like, he still wasn't perfect, but he was doing well. Better than the others. So, yeah. Anyway, this shows that the mod has a lot of things to analyze. I like that. I like analyzing. There are things to analyze for every character, like Natsu with his relationship with his mother and how it impacts him. The criticisms, I was between 9 and 9.5 at the end of my first playthrough. I mean, I didn't say that, but I was just thinking it. I just thought 9.5 would maybe be a bit too extreme, since the criticisms I have are more minor things. I need to rate it as a fan fiction either way, because the entire reason all of this happens is the point that it has still the structure of the DLC and as a DLC mod is literally part of the story. So that's why I was a bit unsure why I would give 9 points. My only concerns were kind of some of the poems, like really structured rhythm, they weren't really that good. But like I mentioned when I first read them, they probably were more interested in crafting the story than maybe they just didn't really know too much about structure and all of that in the same breath. Like maybe they're interested in, just because you enjoy writing stories does not mean you have a particular interest in writing poems. So they simply wanted more to have these poems to first and foremost give up the structure and to tell some things about the characters. But maybe they didn't fully know how to put unique structures into them. Although the recent poems, especially I like that Natsuka's poems were always rhyming, because that's the thing he liked about it. Yuri's final poem on the romantic route was very good, structured as well. The other things that I had a bit of a concern with was sometimes the story was telling us something and in the meantime doing another thing. The only thing I can really think of right now, but because it really wasn't frequently, but with Satori. Sayuri in the original, I already don't really like that it's because they always makes everyone smile and feel good about themselves. And we've seen her try that multiple times, and she tries. But it's not unusual for her to not just fail, but also to downright genuinely make it have the opposite effect. But in this case, it makes even less sense. In the original, you can say the MC's relationship to her, because he really, really idolizes her, even if he doesn't really realize it. But in this instance, Satori isn't even trying. We see in Act 3 that he's caring, but throughout Act 1, he doesn't really do all that much. The only time really, he defends Yuri's dick, but aside from that, that's all there is. He doesn't really try to help in the fight. He's listening to music when we call him in. He stands up a little bit when it's the performing in front of other people portion. But we really don't see a lot of him even trying to do this. And inserting himself in uncomfortable situations to try and do it. So that doesn't really work. After I played the first time, I showed it to my friend who struggles with bipolar disorder. I am allowed to first and foremost keep the stuff in there and know that he exists, and say that he exists. There is nothing positive nor negative to say about Satori's representation. He doesn't really receive reflecting because it's honestly a pretty minor part of him that doesn't really get touched upon extremely frequently. Like, even in his poems, I kind of only have him as a way to ask what the representation is like. He personally didn't feel very reflected by Satori in quite a lot of his aspects. But it didn't really seem like it was like a bad representation either, just something he personally couldn't relate to. Mateo was fine. I thought he was very interesting and everything. I also like the idea of having the self-aware character not long for reality. But I already thought about it, like different things, different ways people could react to being in a game. Could be, for example, Monica striving to prove to herself that she's real, striving for a reconnection. Or in Mateo's case, it's kind of this reaction of, I want to keep living in this world without this entire player bullshit. Like, I can't do my thing with this player stuff all in my way. There are goals, like literally things I can't achieve due to that. And so he would rather the player go away. But if he can just like take control of this thing and see if he can become closer to take control of the thing and see that after the game ends he can kind of still achieve his goal, but for that he just has to set the stones into place. Set everything in place so he can achieve that goal. Yuri. Anya. I think Anya is one where I have a bit more problems with. And ultimately the reason now why I'm deciding on the 9.5 is this entire joke about molesting people, because it's a topic for me. So on a personal bias, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, not the 9.5 but the 9. If it weren't for the joke, I probably would have gone with the 9.5 because I don't want to be harsh on the rating, but I just have to say on a personal level, no, screw that. However, I have multiple problems with her. I liked the way she was handled in Act 2 to a certain degree. Like, her being still kind of aware is perfectly fine. Like, I think that was a cool idea. I don't like that Mateo was like, it's because of her personality. No, there were many ways you could have done that without it being, oh my god, look at her charismatic and also, I don't know, personality, or firecracker personality, whatever. Because I'm pretty sure if someone fucks with your identity, you are going to struggle with it. They feel like there would have been other ways to make sense of it. For example, they are all PNG files and she is not, so he knows how to handle them, but not her. Or she is like the MC in the original game, doesn't even have a file, so she is kind of a unique case. They're not, oh my god, look at her personality! I personally wasn't too big of a fan of her personality. Sometimes it was funny, sometimes cool, and sometimes it was like, yeah, sure. I liked, sometimes her personality just came off as a bit too... It just wasn't my type of personality. What I more had a problem with though, in Act 2, like writing-wise now actually, in Act 2, I like these scenes, like due to her being kind of self-aware, it makes sense for her to, like, there were scenes like the entire Remember Me scene that struck me, that stuck in my mind as a positive thing of the mod, because it was very unique and tense and everything. It evoked the emotions it wanted to evoke. However, there are other instances in which her interferences made, like, the interferences of her self-aware self sucked. The thing I know precisely is Yuri's confession. And then she keeps chiming in here and there, like, oh, I like that, and I like that, and She doesn't say anything about I like that. My mind is broken right now. Give me a moment. It was like, for example, that's not my partner, like, no fucking way and all of that. Like, it's breaking the scene. It's clearly intended to be more on the, like, scarier side or tense side or dreadful side. And her chiming in breaks the atmosphere. I know when I play with my friends and everything, and we like voice act, and like Yuri scenes come up, so no matter how many times you play, the scene always feels tense, especially when there's like voice acting, especially with my one friend who's very good at it. It always feels pretty tense when you actually know what's going on and try to immerse yourself in the scene. I can't get immersed in this scene at all though, because fucking Anya keeps chiming in with stupid remarks that could perhaps be saved for the end of the scene, for example. Like with the fight, like during the argument. Where it's all, like, she wasn't allowed to express her thoughts until the very end, where she like bubbles all of it out. So it still keeps the tense atmosphere until the end, and then she can be like, first and foremost, I don't even use pens. Yeah, you know fucking else. There's something with you. It broke the atmosphere. It really messed with the atmosphere there. I think that's about all I had to say. I liked the unique character, the unique personalities that were given to the characters. And unique struggles, like he was taught by private tutors at the beginning. His problem with his mother. Yeah, bipolar disorder wasn't really done with all that much. And Mateo was interesting as a character as well. I feel like there would have been a bit more benefited from a few other. I feel like their dynamics aren't as interesting to me as the characters are by themselves. In DDSC it kind of has the opposite effect, but that once again, when I'm rating it by... I'm not going to be too intense on it. It's all adding to... It would have all added to the 9.5. All smaller instances, some a bit maybe bigger, but due to its status as a mod rather than its own game, it would have set it up 9.5, but I really just have to say, on personal preferences wise, that molest joke doesn't really go for me. For the rest that I was playing here, for the rest of the evening for me that I was playing here, I just said that, the exact same thing. It was lingering on my mind as a huge negative. I'm going to be kind about it and just say it's going to be 0.5 points removed. I'm going to waver from the... I was wavering between 9 and 9.5. I'm going with the lesser one for that. If it were... There are a handful of stories where things like that can throw me off entirely. Like my entire interest in the mod. So, not in the mod, but like in the story. I haven't really had too much of it in the mod yet. And I would prefer to keep it that way. Personal preference wise, so yeah. But 9 out of 10 is still very good. Yeah. Would recommend! Yay! Yeah. That's all I basically want to say, so I'm ending it here. Have a good night, like I'm about to have. Evening, morning, day, afternoon, whatever. And stay safe.